أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Assalamu alaikum students. uh, Today's this is your third lecture of week number 2, third part of your lecture of week number 2. Your course is electricity and magnetism, ph 105. So now, with the name of Allah, start today's lecture. Okay, so in the last lecture we have already discussed in detail about problems related to Coulomb's law, because in before two lectures we have already discussed in detail about Coulomb's law, and the Coulomb's law of vector form, as well as we have already discussed all discussion about Coulomb's law and its all situations. So after the study of Coulomb's law, in last lecture we discussed in detail about the problems related to Coulomb's law. We have discussed I think three numericals which was related to Coulomb's law, and we have already discussed in detail of that three numericals, and it's up to you that you practice the other numerical which related to Coulomb's law, because in last lecture we have discussed three numericals in totally in details. Okay, so now it's up to you. You solve yourself the problems. Okay, now first we discussed about Coulomb's law numerical. After that we discussed in detail about electric field and its all situations. Okay, and now when we discussed electric field, after the discussing of electric field we have discussed the numericals related to electric field. We have discussed I think two numericals in detail. We discussed two sample problems of numerical in detail about electric field. So it's your homework, and it's up to you that you find out the other numericals from your textbook and all that these book which I already recommended to you. So you find the numericals related to Coulomb's law, related to electric field, and solve yourself. And if you have any problem to solve the numericals, so you can help you can ask to help me. Okay, so I will try my best. Okay, so now starts today's lecture from electric dipole. Today's first topic is electric dipole. What is electric dipole? In last lectures we have already discussed about electrostatic and electric field, and what will happen if we have two charges of same sign or of different sign. Okay, so what will happen? What is electric dipole? Actually, electric dipole based on two charges of two unlike charges. Okay, if we have two charges of different sign, means two unlike charges, and that two charges placed at a distance, ठीक है, means if two charges configure at a distance, at any distance, so at that point a electric dipole will be created. Means two electric charges, two unlike or different electric charges placed at any point, at any distance, so an electric dipole will be created. So this is the definition of electric dipole. The configuration of two equal and opposite charges separated by a distance displacement is called an electric dipole. Okay, so the separation can be displacement or distance. So here the formula P is equals to QD. What is P? P is represented as electric dipole. Q is a charge and D is the distance between these two charges. I want to clear one thing, that if we have a configuration of two equal but opposite charges, so here we consider one charge because we have two equal and opposite charge. Okay, means both the magnitude of both charges are same. So here we consider Q only one time. Okay, so the formula will be the formula of electric dipole will be P is equal to QD. D is the displacement between two charges. And another thing, I want to clear another thing, that electric dipole is a vector quantity. Okay, electric dipole is a vector quantity because we have used the displacement. Okay, so again the definition, what will be the definition? The configuration of two equal and opposite charges separated by a displacement is called an electric dipole. Okay, now associated terms, there are two associated terms. One is dipole length and the another is dipole moment. Means the electric dipole based on two associated terms, dipole length and dipole moment. Means if we have a dipole length, so another thing is dipole moment, which is denoted or represented by P, small p. Okay, so this is an electric dipole. So Q and D means charge and displacement are parameters that characterize the dipole. We define the dipole moment of a dipole to be a vector. Means P is equals to QD. Okay, we have already discussed in the last slide. We have already discussed in the last slide that P means electric dipole is a vector, not a scalar. Okay, so Q and D are the parameters, charge and displacement. Okay, now the next topic I want to discuss, that line of forces. Means that what are electric line of forces? You can also say electric line of forces or electric line of forces, because here we have discussed about electrostatic. The electrostatic means the study of electric charges which are in stationary condition. Okay, so if we discussed about electric charges, so here line of forces is called as electric line of forces. So what are line of forces? The concept of electric field vector was not appropriated by Michael Faraday, who always thought in terms of line of force. Although we no longer attach the same kind of reality to these lines that Faraday did, they still provide a convenient and instructive way to visualize the electric field, and we shall use them for this purpose. Okay, so what are electric line of forces? If we have charges, positive or negative, so they have line of forces or electric line of forces. Okay, so now discuss the several features of electric line of forces. First feature is the line of force gives the direction of the electric field at any point. Okay, in the last lecture I have discussed about electric field, what we discussed that if we have positive charge, so the direction of electric field will be outward, and if we have negative charge, the direction of electric field will be inward. Okay, so if what is the function of line of forces? The line of force give the direction of electric field at any point. Means with the help of line of force you can easily understand, or you can easily find the direction of electric field at any point. Okay, now the second feature is the lines of force originate on positive charges and terminate on the negative charges, which we have already discussed. Okay, this point we have already discussed that the direction of electric field or line of forces will be outward in positive sign and will be inward in negative sign. The line is also described this. The lines of forces originate on positive charges and terminate on negative charges. Okay, so the next point is the lines of force are drawn so that the number of lines per unit cross sectional area perpendicular to the lines is proportional to the magnitude of the electric field. It means that if the line of forces is perpendicular to the lines, okay, perpendicular to the area, means if you have a charge, so the line of forces will be perpendicular and originate or terminate to the perpendicularly to the charge and is proportional to the magnitude of the electric field. Means if the magnitude is increases, means the magnitude of charges increases, so the electric field is also increases, and if the electric field increases, so the line of forces will also be increases. Okay, here is a sentence that is proportional to the magnitude of electric field, and electric field is proportional to the electric charge, magnitude of electric charge. Means if we have a greater magnitude of electric charge, so that electric field will also be greater, and electric field will be greater, so the line of forces will also be greater. So the magnitude of electric charge is directly proportional to the electric field, and electric field is proportional to the line of forces. Okay, so this is an example. We use a figure for your understanding. This is figure, line of force surrounding a positive point charge. Here this is a positive charge, and we have already discussed that positive charge, the line of forces will be outward, the direction of line of forces will be outward to the positive charge. So the direction is positive charge, spherically distributed from all direction to outwards. Okay, now this is first example. The second example is this. If we have two same charges, in the last slide we have only one charge, we have only one positive charge. Okay, now if we have two positive charge, if we have placed two positive charge at some displacement, so what will happen? Each positive charge will originate its own electric line of forces. Each positive charge will originate its own electric line of forces. Here there is no change, but in between these two charges the electric line of forces will be bent due to the electric field or due to the Coulomb's force. Okay, so this is the configuration of two same charges. This is the configuration of two same charges. Okay, now move forward. We have another figure. Now if we have a line of charges, in first case we have only one charge, in second case we have two charge of same sign at some displacement. Now in this figure we have a line of charges, line of positive charges. So if we have a line of positive charges, so what will happen? look at this picture. We have positive line of charges in a same line. If we have a positive line of charges in a same line, so what will happen? So what will happen? The positive line of forces will outward from this line. Okay, now further move on the next slide. Now this is another case. We have two charges of unlike sign. Okay, in the last two slides we have positive charges, but in this slide we have two charges. One is positive and the another is negative. This is positive and this is negative. So if we have two charges of same sign, so what will happen? The electric line of forces will originate from positive sign and will be terminated in negative sign, which we have already discussed in the last slides and in the beginning of this lecture. Okay, got it? So this is another example that if we have two charges of different sign, so what will happen? The electric line of forces will be originated from positive sign and will be terminated in the negative sign. And it is also called as an electric dipole. If you see in the bottom of this slide, an electric dipole, because we have already discussed in the last slides that what is electric dipole? The configuration of two equal and opposite charges. If these charges are equal, the magnitude of these charges are equal, so it's create here an electric dipole. Now further move on the next topic. I think yes, our next topic is an important topic from your exam point of view as well as your course point of view, that a point charge in an electric field. It means that if we have place a point charge in electric field, so what will happen? Means if in this topic we discussed that if we placed a point charge in electric field, so what will happen? So start this topic. Now read the slide, that what happens when we put a charged particle in a non-electric field. We have already know that F is equals to QE according to electric field formula. That in the last class we have already discussed that what is electric field. Electric field is a force per unit charge. So according to electric field, the formula will be F is equals to QE according to electric field. Okay, so to study the motion of the particle in the electric field, all we need do is use Newton's second law, that is F is equals to ma, where the resultant force on the particle includes the electric field and any other forces that may act. It means that if we put a point charge in any electric field, so what will happen? It's the charge exists two forces. Okay, the charge exists two forces. First, electric force, which is already here, and maybe the charge, here Newton's second law will also be exist, maybe. Okay, it's depend on situation. Fine. Now move on the next slide. So here this is a sample problem for you, for your understanding and for your study, that if we put a point charge in an electric field, so what will be happen and what is the situation of calculation. So read, first of all read and understand the numerical. A charge drop of oil of radius r is equal to 2.76 micrometer and density is equal to 920 kg per meter cube is maintained in equilibrium under the combined influence of its weight and a downward uniform electric field of magnitude E is equal to 1.65 exponent 6 Newton per Coulomb. Part A. Calculate the magnitude and sign of charge on the drop. Express the result in terms of elementary charge E. And part B is the drop is exposed to a radioactive source that emits electrons. Two electrons strike the drop and are captured by it, changing its charge by 2 units. If the electric field remains at its constant value, calculate the resulting acceleration of the drop. Okay, understand? I have also translate this numerical, and I have also understand this. I want to translate this numerical in easy word. What is the easy word? A charge drop of oil of radius r means you have a charge. You can also see this picture. You have also see this picture that it is this is a charge drop of oil which you have already given the radius. You have already given the radius of this charge, and you have already given the density of this charge. Okay, so this is a point charge which is placed in electric field, and in the first case when you put this charge, so the equilibrium is maintained, and when the equilibrium is maintained, so calculate the magnitude of sign of charge on the drop. Express the result in terms of elementary charge E. You have already the magnitude of electric field which is present here, 1.65 exponent 6 Newton per Coulomb. Okay, so first you find the magnitude and sign of charge, and now in the second part there is a condition that if this charge capture 2 electron, so in first case the charge is in equilibrium, but if the charge captured 2 electron, so what will happen? There an acceleration will be created, because in first case the charge maintained in equilibrium, is in equilibrium condition, but if he captured 2 electrons, so the force will be disbalanced, and if the force will be disbalanced, so the acceleration will be created, and if the acceleration will be created, so the motion will be start. Okay, now we go to the solution of this numerical. So this is the solution of this numerical, and first of all you find part A, that you have already read, or you have already see in the question of this numerical, that when we place a point charge in electric field, so first case is that the point charge is in equilibrium condition, and if the point charge is in equilibrium condition, so the sum of all forces will be equal to 0, because there is an equilibrium condition. And if there is an equilibrium condition, so mg plus qe will be equal to 0, because qe is the electric force, according to electric field, and here mg means gravity is also attract. Okay, gravity will be attract towards downward, and electric field will be attract towards upward. So what will happen? mg plus qe will be equal to 0. Okay, now you consider minus mg plus q into minus e will be equal to 0, because we use the direction of electric field opposite to the applied electric field. Okay, because actual direction of electric field is this, and applied electric field is this. So both signs are opposite, so we use minus in solution. Okay, and why we use minus here? Because the gravity is always acts towards the downward. So minus mg minus qe will be equal to 0. Okay, so solve this. Q will be equal to mg over e. Here we did not have the mass of the charge, but we have the radius of the charge and the density of the charge. So the we use the formula, density formula. Okay, because we already know density is equal to mass per unit volume, and if the density is equal to mass per unit volume, so the mass will be equal to density into volume. Okay, this is density and this is volume. Here we use a volume of a sphere, because if we consider a charge drop of oil, so the area of the charge drop of oil will be considered as a sphere. So the sphere, the volume of a sphere is 4/3 pi r cube. Okay, so put all these values and take the answer. 4.8 exponent minus 19 coulomb. Okay, now this is the answer, but we can get the answer in terms of elementary charge E, because in question there is a requirement that give the answer in terms of elementary charge E. So Q is equals to Ne. Q is equal to Ne, number of electrons into charge. So N number of electrons will be equal to Q over E. Q is the charge of Q is the answer which is already you have solved, and E is the charge of electron. So what is N will be equal to 3. N will be equal to 3. So we conclude that in a charge drop of oil we have 3 number of electrons. In charge drop of oil we have just 3 number of electron. This is first case. Now come to the second case. Okay, now come to the second case. So if in the second case there is a requirement that a charge drop of oil captured 2 electron. We have already know that charge drop of oil has 3 number of electrons, but after some time the charge drop of oil captured 2 electrons, means now we have 5 number of electrons. Okay, so here is what is the charge drop of oil will be equal to n plus 2, means number of electron is 3 and it capture 2 electrons. Okay, so n plus 2 will be equal to 5, and it is a charge of electron 1.6 exponent minus 19. So what will happen? The charge drop of oil will become minus 8 into exponent minus 19. Now let's see, when the charge is minus 4.8 exponent minus 19 coulomb, so in this case the charge is in equilibrium condition. But when the charge captures 2 electron, so the charge become 8 exponent minus 19 coulomb, and when the charge become 8 exponent minus 19 coulomb, so the force will be disbalanced, and when the force will be disbalanced, so the charge drop of oil accelerated, and if he accelerated, it means that it's moved towards upward or downward. Can be moved toward upward, can be moved toward downward. Okay, means it's accelerated. Okay, so what will happen? In first case, in equilibrium condition, you take mg plus qe will be equal to 0, but here you cannot take mg plus qe will be equal to 0, because here is acceleration is created. If acceleration is created, so mg plus QE will be equal to, must be equal to MA, which is second law of motion. I have already discussed in the last slide and in the beginning of this numerical that here is maybe two forces act. First is electric force, second is Newton's second law. Okay, so what will happen after this situation? Mg minus Mg minus QE is equals to MA, not equal to 0. Okay, not equal to 0. And this is the same case which I have already discussed in the beginning of this numerical, that minus, why we use minus here, because the direction of Mg is downward and the direction of QE is also downward, opposite to the applied electric force. Okay, so the acceleration will be equal to, after rearranging this formula, after rearranging this equation, the acceleration will be equal to minus G minus QE over M. Okay, so minus 9.8 meter per second, we have put the all values we have already known. Okay, so we have acceleration will be equal to 6.5 meter per second square. Okay, so this is a key numerical. I think this is a key numerical to find a point charge in an electric field, because this numerical cover all the portion of a point charge in an electric field. Means if we put a point charge in an electric field, so what will happen if the force is balanced, what will we do, and if the force is unbalanced, what will we do. So this cover all the topic of a point charge in an electric field. Okay, now move on the next slide. Our next topic is a dipole in an electric field. Okay, so what is an electric dipole? We have already discussed in the beginning of this lecture. What is electric dipole? The configuration of two equal and opposite charges separated by a displacement is called an electric dipole. An electric dipole is a vector quantity. Okay, so P is equals to Q D. D is the displacement between these two charges. Okay, so there are two associated terms which is in electric dipole: dipole length, which is D, and dipole moment, which is small p. Okay, we have already discussed that Q and D are parameters that characterize the dipole. We define the dipole moment of a dipole to be the vector P is equals to QD. Okay, now our actual topic is a dipole in an electric field. Means if we place an electric dipole in an applied electric field, so what will happen? Okay, what will happen? There is a torque will be created here. Okay, if we place an electric dipole in an electric field, a torque will be created like this. Okay, because this is our actual topic, a dipole in an electric field. It means that if we place an electric dipole in applied electric field, this is applied electric field. Consider there is a positive plate and here is a negative plate, and if there is a positive and there is a negative plate, so the direction of electric field from left to right. And if we place an electric dipole in applied electric field, so what will happen? The torque will be created, because consider if this is a positive charge and this is a negative charge, so what will happen? The positive charge, there is a negative plate, so the positive charge will want to move toward right, and the negative charge wants to move toward left. It is also experience and force, it is also experience a force, and both experience a force and wants to move. And if both charges wants to move, so there is a torque will be created. Okay, so a dipole in a uniform electric field experience no net force but probably experience a torque. Okay, there is a torque will be created. There is no net force on the dipole. Why there is no net force on the dipole? Because this is, here is minus QE will be exist or experience, and here is plus QE will be experience. Okay, and both are opposite direction. So in this case we can say that minus QE plus QE will be equal to 0. In this case we can say there is no force will be act. Okay, so the net force will be equal to 0. Only the torque will be created or exist here. Okay, because the charges move left or right. The positive charge will move toward right and negative charge will move towards left. Okay, now what is the equation of torque? What is the equation of torque? I think today's lecture is enough, because we have not too much time. We have not too much time to discuss a dipole in an electric field in detail, because if we want to go towards solving the equation of torque, if you want to solve the derivation of torque, so the time will be exceeded. Okay, and we have not too much time. So I want to say that we will continue from this slide in the next lecture, and in the next lecture we will discuss experience a torque. We will discuss about the torque which will created here, and we have already solved the equation which already created here. Okay, so see you next time, inshallah. Allah Hafiz.